the one and only Brock Purdy. We're getting ready to talk about the one and only San Francisco 49ers. Brock Purdy had a perfect quarterback ranking yesterday. A perfect one. I believe he was the first one since Joe Montana to do it for the San Francisco 49ers. Brock Purdy played absolutely perfect football yesterday versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So we got to bring up the question. We have to bring up the question. Is Brock Purdy a MVP in the NFL? When we look at Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers, Brock Purdy is an excellent fit in their system. Brock Purdy is a guy that you can probably win a lot of football games with, and they will win a lot of football games with Brock Purdy. However, in those 3 games that they lost to the Browns, Vikings, and Bengals in 3 straight weeks and going on to a bye week. I don't want to take anything away from it, but there's injuries and like other things. But when we look at the loss to the Browns, Brock Purdy was 12 for 27 for 125 yards with a touchdown and an interception versus a very, very great Browns defense. However, on that last drive, he put the 49ers in a position to win the game. He drove them down, putting them in field goal range, and the third-round kicker straight up missed it. Wide right, straight up missed it. Now, next week, they lost to the Minnesota Vikings. 21-30, I believe it was. No, it was I can't remember the score. But Brock Purdy went 21 for 30, 272 yards with 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. On the flip side of that coin, CMC had 15 touches for 45 yards. This was a game that Kyle Shanahan asked Brock Purdy to go out there and win me a game. Win me a game, Brock Purdy. That's not who Brock Purdy is. He's a game manager. Then you had the loss versus the Bengals. Brock Purdy went 22 for 31, 365 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He was also the leading rusher of that game for 6 carries for 57 yards. On the flip side of that, CMC had 12 carries for 54 yards. So what I'm trying to say is, on these games that the 49ers have lost, Brock Purdy has been asked to do things that he is not built to do. Brock Purdy is a perfect game manager. Brock Purdy is a quarterback you want to put out there kind of like, let's say it is, Tom Brady and Dak Prescott. Back in the day, Tom Brady was not asked to win games. He was out there to go out there and not lose me this game. With that being said, no way. Brock Purdy is not the MVP in the league. He is not only he's not only the MVP of the NFL. He's not even the most valuable player on his team. The most valuable player is CMC. In every victory that the 49ers have had this season, CMC has touched the ball over 20 times in a game. Over 20 times he has touched the ball. Rushing, not counting passing, rushing yards, rushing attempts, 20 rushing attempts. In those losses to the Bengals, 12 carries. Lost to the Vikings, 15 carries. Lost to the Browns, 12 carries. Obviously, CMC is what makes the 49ers click. CMC is what makes the 49ers go and win a lot of football games. CMC is the make or break point for the San Francisco 49ers. No way Brock Purdy is not the MVP of the NFL.